Hey guys, it's Gameface here and welcome back to episode 9 of my England career mode. Now in today's episode, we're going to be doing the 2018 World Cup. We're going to be playing the first two matches of the group stage, but at the moment we have no idea what the teams we're going to have in the group stage, and we've got no idea what sort of squad we're going to submit yet, or at least we haven't submitted it just yet. We will be doing that in this episode as well. I've written down a list of the players I want to include, but a little bit of injury news. Dele Alli is out for 8 weeks. That means he comes back roughly mid-June, I think it is. So it's going to be tight. Dele Alli might not be able to make the squad. I can reveal he is on the list of players to be in the squad if he does remain fit. But that is, again, down to his fitness, and we'll have to wait and see whether he's able to recover in time. Before we get into things, if we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Also, if you haven't already, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. I will go through at some point the team that I'm going to be selecting, and I've also got 10 backup players as well that potentially could get in the squad if there are other injuries before the World Cup. So it's going to be a big episode, this one. Really looking forward to it. Like I say, please go and try and hit 20 likes on this video. That'd be absolutely fantastic. We need to finish off the season with Man City so we can submit some sort of England squad. So we're going to try and get to the end of the season. There's only a few games left. I think we're currently second in the league, a couple of points behind Chelsea, but we're not really focusing on the Man City side of things. The only reason why I occasionally bring it up is because obviously I still need to be in a job to be able to have the England job, so I need to be just doing enough for the Man City side of things off camera to remain in the England job as well. I recently signed a new contract with England. That was off camera in the previous episode, a new 1-year contract extension, as I always do. I think it's on the 1st of January that I always get it through. So we'll see how we get on with these last few games. We may well have finished top, we may well have finished second or fourth, I'm not really too sure. Hopefully it's enough though to meet the targets that the club expected. And now we change to England, and it's the time that we submit the squad. Look at the teams we're playing against. Denmark, USA and Egypt in the World Cup group stage. That is a good group. I will take that, definitely. Wow, that is a really interesting group that we've got. Really wasn't expecting those three teams. I thought we'd get a huge team in there. We usually do when I've done these sort of things before. First thing I've noticed though, Danny Rose is injured, and he is on the list of players as well I want to include. So let's hope it's not bad. We're not really too sure how long it is until the World Cup, so this could be bad for us again. There's a lot of injuries. Look at those other players on the right that I've got to choose from. But we do have Danny Rose out for 4 weeks. Out for a month. We're currently in, I think we're in May, aren't we? So it's a little bit risky to have him in the squad. And he's our starting left back as well. Now I do have a backup on my list, and that's Bertrand as our backup. It's just a shame that we can't really have a look how long it is until the World Cup. He doesn't really have the same sort of stats as Danny Rose. I can see by the standing tackle and slide tackle. He's definitely inferior, but obviously Luke Shaw will be starting anyway. There's also Baines as well. He's a potential one. Not particularly fast. He's not actually on my list of backups, to be honest, due to his age. 33 now. But looking at those stats, he could still do a job for us at left back. 83 overall. I think we might have to go for Baines. Having said that, he's not on the backup list, so I think we're going to risk it with Baines. He will be our second left back, I think. We'll just go with Luke Shaw as my starter because he's obviously much younger, a bit faster as well. So we're going to go with that, and the rest of the squad is actually done. Although we'll have to obviously see whether there's any more injuries. This is the squad that I'm going to be picking though. So as I go through, oh no, Dele Alli's out for 4 weeks still. As I go through, I'll be showing you the players that are actually going to be in the squad. Yes, James Milner's in here. Oh, God. Harry Kane's out injured as well. Okay, that's not so bad, because I was only including him in the team because I felt a little bit sorry I wasn't going to be picking him, because initially when I made this team off camera, I didn't actually pick Harry Kane, but I had to make a space for him to kind of fit into the team. So I'm going to be back in a second once I've changed things around, because I've already noticed that Ward-Prowse isn't in the squad, so it's clearly changed since I last looked at it. Okay, so I've changed it around now. He is still carrying a couple of injuries to look at. Walcott is supposed to be in the squad, however he's injured for another 5 days. I'm going to keep him in, assuming that they'll let me keep him in. And I've also got Dele Alli, he's out for 4 weeks still. So, what do I do about Dele Alli? 4 weeks, I don't really know how much longer it is until the Euros. I think we've got to get rid of him out of the squad, I think. So we're going to bring on Ross Barkley. as the alternative. Again, he was another backup player, and I think this is the squad now. So we've obviously had to drop Kane. I've actually brought in another midfielder because I didn't really think we had enough. So I brought in Sterling, who was initially going to be dropped. He was another one of the backups, and these are the 5 strikers that I've gone with. Rooney won't really be playing as a striker, so he's kind of a midfielder, to be honest. But this is the squad. I'll quickly go through it again if you would like to pause at any point. So yeah, let's submit the squad. That is what I've gone with. Hopefully no more injuries. And oh no, I do have to get rid of the injury. I think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yeah, I think it might have to be him. Yes, it is going to be Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Decided to bring him in. Only 80 overall. I'd not planned to bring him in. He's not even on the backups, to be totally honest with you. But his sprint speed's really good. He's looking like a decent player, and we've used him a little bit. So that's the squad I've gone with. Hopefully no more injury concerns before we actually get to the World Cup. Let's have a look. When's our first game? It is actually next month still, so there's plenty of time really for those to recover. But we will just sim ahead onto those matches and see how we get on in the first game. Before we get to that first game, just a quick note, we did actually win the league on goal difference. Just a little fun fact for you. Here we are, we're at the World Cup, we're actually at the first game now. First match is against the USA. It's going to be a very tough match, this one. Maybe you could say that's the toughest one of the group. I'd probably say it is. Although obviously we're not going to underestimate the other two teams, Denmark and Egypt. It's going to be a very difficult game, this one, obviously. So we do need to try and get ourselves a win. Very tough match. They're going to be rivaling us to get through into the next round. So let's move on to coming up with what sort of team I'm going to be playing with. I'll be back in a second once I've decided on the opening game of this tournament, my starting 11 for it. Okay, this is the team that I've gone with. I've had to make some tough decisions for this starting lineup. We've gone with Joe Hart in goal. He's better than Butland on every single stat, every single goalkeeping stat anyway. Klein at right back. He looks actually a bit better in terms of stats than Walker, so we're going to try with Klein. He's also 83 overall, and Walker isn't. Smalling and Bartley at the back. We've got Luke Shaw playing at left back, Eric Dyer in front of them, Wilshere and Delph just in front of Eric Dyer, Rooney at centre attack and mid, and up front, Daniel Sturridge and Jamie Vardy. The combination that most people in the comments were looking at. Some of you saying that you want to see Welbeck up front as well. He's on the bench for this game. We've got quite a strong bench there. James Milner is on there because you'll be surprised by some of his stats. Very good stamina, obviously. He can play right mid as well. The main thing I'm looking at, though, is his short passing and long passing. Technically, he looks a very good player. Obviously, has a bad name in real life, but, you know, I think he looks a decent player, so he's going to get on the bench. He can also play left mid according to this as well, and there are quite a few big names missing out there. There we go. Just finished replying to viewers. Alright, let's crack on with the video. So, let's see how we get on. Big match against the USA, and let's get right into it. Come on, here we go. This is the opening match of the World Cup for us. Tough game, a lot of pressure to win this one. Let's see how we get on. Sturridge, he's looked for Luke Shaw, he's got forward well here. He's going to have a shot. Is that going to be our first corner of the tournament? Might have gone off, actually. No, it is a corner. Delph to take it. It's going to be an outswinger. Nobody there, it's disappointing in the end. Rooney, looking for Jamie Vardy. Is that going to be a free kick? I think it is. 25 minutes in. We just got a free kick. It's quite far out. Don't know if it's quite shooting distance here. We'll take a look who we've got. Rooney might well be our best option here. Looks like he will. We'll give it a go, but not great from this sort of position. Rooney to shoot. It is on target, but wasn't really troubling the goalkeeper. Eric Dyer looking for Sturridge. It's a brilliant pass through. Cleared away. USA doing very well here. Rooney. What is he doing? He's all over the place, Rooney. Now to Eric Dyer, not known for his crossing. Gone for the back post. And it's yet again another corner. Rooney will again take this one. Going to try and curl it on his right foot. Vardy's in there for a header off the bar. That's the closest we've been so far. Jack Wilshere to have a shot, and it's another good save. And another corner for us to deal with. And that is very close. Obviously not over the line. There's no real need to show us that. I think it might have been a little bit of a save from the goalkeeper. Decent corner that time from Rooney. Let's have another one of those, please. Into the front post. Oh, nearly found Smalling. Rooney the better touch this time. Into the back post and punched away. Eric Dyer will try and retrieve it, but it's gone straight to Altidore. That's it. Half-time, 0-0. Been an interesting first half. We've certainly started to play much better towards the end of it. So half-time really hasn't come at the right time. We might have to look to make a couple of tweaks to the team, so I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, we're going to bring on Adam Lallana at centre attacking mid. That means Wilshere will come off and Rooney will drop a little bit deeper. Tempting to take Sturridge off at some point. That's going to be quite soon, I would have thought, because he's not had a great game so far. Hopefully he can change that round before he does come off. Okay, 2 more changes now. There's about 30 minutes left, roughly. We're actually going to take off Eric Dyer and Daniel Sturridge. We've brought on Rashford and Welbeck, 2 strikers coming on, and I've obviously changed around the formation. Rooney and Delph playing in midfield, Vardy on the right, Lallana now on the left. Rashford just in behind Welbeck, so we're really going for it. We need to try and get a win if we can, and just prevent USA from scoring as well. Welbeck into Vardy. Oh, not enough shots away in the second half. It's not looking good for us at the moment. Rooney desperately trying to win it back, but as usual, they manage to sidestep every single challenge you make. No, that hasn't just happened, is it? Oh my day. Oh, FIFA's so bad. The gameplay's terrible, so unrealistic. Should just have it on repeat for every episode. I say the same things. We've gone down 1-0. Oh, it's unbelievable. Ball across. Of course, little back heel, it always is. And automatically shoots straight on goal. Such a computerised little bit of movement there. And we're losing the game 1-0 in the 74th minute. Completely undeserved. That is their second shot of the game. The first shot of this second half. But yeah, so undeserved. We've not had many chances ourselves, but we've clearly been the better team. And as usual, or as in recent times, we haven't really been rewarded for it. Lallana there having a decent shot, but good save from the keeper. This is the part where they park the bus and put it in the corner. I've got a feeling it might be. Rooney, get us out of this one. Oh, he has done. 1-1. 10 minutes left. Wayne Rooney from quite a range out. And it's a decent strike from him in the end. This time it was our little back flick that led to something. Back to Rooney. Don't know how he's found the goal, but he has. 1-1. The captain scores. 10 minutes left. Oh, Lallana's won it straight back off him from kick-off. Still going here, Lallana. Oh, it's a poor shot. It was always going to go over. That is it. We've drawn the game 1-1. USA so happy to take the point there. Every single time they could, they played it backwards towards the end. We've got the point. We didn't lose, which is the main thing, but we never really should have lost at all. So I'm glad we didn't, but really should have been a win. 7 shots on target, 11 shots in total. More possession than usual, but still obviously not the most. But yeah, disappointing result. Probably should have won that game in the end, but that is our first game of the 3 group stages that we have, and we'll move on to playing the second game now. Okay, this is what happened in the other game. Denmark beat Egypt, and it seems like the scoreline was 1-0, so not a really exciting game. We now play Egypt in the second game of this episode. Let's have a quick look, though, through the rest of the groups. We'll start at Group A, Belgium, Netherlands, Chile, Norway. That's quite a difficult group, actually. Group B, Uruguay, Germany, Wales, Canada. Another tough group. Jesus Christ, I don't know how they're going to get through that one, Wales. Very tough group. Group C, Italy, Colombia, Austria, and Australia. Another tough one. Group D, Argentina, Turkey, Ireland, New Zealand. Group E, Spain, Ivory Coast, Northern Ireland, and Sweden. Group F is ours, obviously. Group G, France, South Africa, Bulgaria, and China. An interesting group. Group H, Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, and Greece. And that is all of them. So there's a couple of tough groups, and you can understand why we've not got anybody tough, because they're all in the other groups. But let's move on to change around that team and see what sort of side I'll put out for the Egypt game. Okay, this is the team that I've gone with. Not too many changes, but a few, because, you know, we've got to rotate it a little bit. A couple of players are a bit tired. Klein at right back still, Smalling, Bartley, Joe Hart. Baines comes in, though. Decided to take out Luke Shaw. Just give Baines a go. Want to see what he's like against a lesser team, just in case we need him further on. And then in midfield, I've swapped around a little bit as well. Milner and Barkley come in. Up front, Welbeck replaces Sturridge. And we can quickly show you the bench here. Rooney's on the bench. He will be a midfielder if he comes on. Rashford as our only out-and-out striker. Sterling also comes onto the bench as well if we need him. That means Sturridge has dropped out, and so has Wilshere completely. Not impressed with those two in the previous game. Let's try and beat them. Come on, we need to get a win here to catch up with Denmark, who we play in the third and final match. And yeah, let's see. Can we beat Egypt? We really should be able to. I'll be disappointed if we don't get a win from this match. Come on, we've got to beat Egypt, surely. These are the sort of games that people should be remembering for quite big wins, but I'm not going to put that sort of pressure on myself. Let's just try and win. Pretend it's a normal game, and I'm not really that bothered if we don't thrash them. The 3 points is the main thing. Eric Dyer going to look for Vardy, who's been played through. He's going to have a shot here, Vardy. Decent one as well, but the keeper saves it. Barkley's won it back into the middle. Is that penalty? It is a penalty 5 minutes in. We'll take that. Ross Barkley gets brought down by, I think, the captain there. And that will be a penalty. Not too far into this match at all. I'd say he got the ball there. I think it's a little bit harsh on him. I know he's coming from behind, but he does get a toe to the ball. It's a difficult one to say. Baines. Will Baines take this one? I suppose there's no Rooney on the pitch, so why not? Let's give it to Baines. Top right, and kind of Baines scores on his first start for us. 1-0, and he is our joint top goal scorer in the competition so far, along with Wayne Rooney. So 7 minutes in, and 1-0 up. That's a brilliant start for us. Good thing about that is Egypt now are forced to come out of the shell a little bit because, well, they're losing. So that is a very good start for us. We need to try and now push on and make sure we don't concede straight after that as well. Vardy looking to Welbeck. It's a decent pass. Now we just need to get a few bodies in the middle if we can. Welbeck will try and look for Vardy, who's in there, but it's a good head away, to be fair, from the defender. Barkley now onto Milner, who's going to have a shot. Deflects into Vardy. It's 2-0. Just 5 minutes later, Jamie Vardy's got himself on the score sheet now. 2-0, 12 minutes in. This is much more like the sort of team I was after. Barkley's doing a good job for us. Vardy, another good save. I never had so many shots in the first 20 minutes of this match. Always turned as well there, and it's a good save from Hart yet again. And that is well defended in the end. And Egypt are starting to pile on the pressure a bit more now. They've woken up. And it's another good ball through. This might be it. It is. You could see it coming as soon as the ball was played through. 2-1. They're back in this game now. And that is, again, I'm going to put it down to the game. Because, yeah, you can't just flick a switch and start playing well like that. Baines to try and get in a ball. Oh, it's gone in. It's 3-1. I was just about to say, I don't know why he's taking it with his right foot. That's another issue with this game. But we'll leave that for another day. And, yeah, he's just put it in on his right foot for some reason. And I think Welbeck's got the last touch on it, and it's gone past the goalkeeper. 3-1 just before half-time. That is it. It is half-time. Still 3-1. And let's move on to the second half. Baines looks for Vardy. It's a brilliant pass in the end. Vardy can't finish it off, but Welbeck... Oh, my days. Welbeck surely should have finished that one off. Another good move from Baines. He's really competing for this starting place in the team. I'm glad I included him in the end because he has looked good. Obviously scoring from the penalty, but in terms of his chance creation, he's looked quite good. So it's good to see that he might well play in the next game as well if he can. Okay, all three changes will be made. Lallana, Sterling and Rashford all coming on. That means I'm taking Barkley, Vardy and Welbeck off, preserving them for another game. Sterling's going to play up front. Why not? Let's give him a go there. He can play there according to his these attributes and his stats and all that sort of thing. So we'll give him a go. Obviously doesn't give you much height, but hopefully partnered up with Rashford, that might balance it out a little bit. Sterling on the ball for his first few touches. Rashford has just headed it down to him before that. Sterling going to cut back in on his right foot, and it's 4-1. Super sub uses his pace. And he looks decent in that position, Raheem Sterling. They didn't really challenge him in the end. And he's just completely outpaced them. Brilliant player to bring on when there's not very long left in this match. Because they've got all of them have tired legs. And as you can see, he's made it 4-1. Sterling again on the run. Trying to manoeuvre his way through. Can he find it? Yes, he has. Good save. Rashford's there. And it's 5-1. That is the partnership starting to form between Rashford and Sterling. That's a very good little move again. Sterling determined to get through all those bodies. I don't know how he's managed to do that. Very good save from the keeper, to be fair to him. But Rashford puts it away. 5-1. And it's starting to be a bit of a demolishment here of Egypt. Short corner this time to Sterling. Going to mix it up a little bit. Try and get it into Eric Dyer. And it's going to be another, is it? Yes, it is another corner. Had so many in these two games that we've played. And we will take... In fact, we'll play it out there if we can. We have done. James Milner, we know what he's like from that sort of range, trying to lay off to Sterling. Ugh, not great. That's it, we've won the game 5-1, fantastic result. Baines played really well, for me probably the man of the match for us. Also Sterling, he did very well when he came onto the pitch as well. But yeah, very good result for us. 17 shots, 13 of which were on target. Again, we need to work on possession, and there's a couple of other things defensively as well that we need to work on, as well as corners, which I think I'm going to start taking short now, because we're a bit more successful that way. And we will get on to ending the season in the next episode, because there's no point really going through all that in this episode, because we've played the 2 games. America lost to Denmark, who are top of the group at the moment. We need to beat them in this next game. It looks like Denmark won the game 2-1, I'm going to say, I think. I think that's what it was anyway. I might well have made that one up, but hopefully that was right. I think they just went and beat USA 2-1, so that means USA are in 3rd, we're in 2nd, but if we beat Denmark we go top. So that is it for the episode. Thank you all for watching. If we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'll see you tomorrow for the Leeds United career mode video. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching and goodbye.